We were hiking through the woods in Pennsylvania and stumbled across this place. Little place you may have heard. Not that gag again. So it was Henry Knoebel in 1926, serving soda pop in Peggy's farm.
Well, that was before 1926. 1926, he put the pool and the carousel in, and then it was...
That's what I said. In 1926,
Okay.
they put in the carousel, and it became Knoebels Groves.
It's just Grove. It's not plural.
It became Knoebels Grove, selling Moxie for over 80 years.
All right. For Knoebels, we got layout, theme, food, rides. 1 out of 6 in each category. 1 is the worst. 6 is the best. Layout. Knoebels. What do you think, Bri?
Just layout. Well, there is no layout. That's the gag. Essentially, it's a road, and the park kind of expanded on the other side of the road over the years. We got only partial pavement. I have to admit, this last visit we just did, I didn't remember there being even that many paved pathways or midways. There is more pavement in that park than I remembered, but there is still a pretty large section of it that's all gravel, which is interesting. I guess it gives it a very traditional feel. I don't know if that really affects the layout though, whether the paths are paved or not, or they're just gravel. Just talking layout, again, there really isn't any. It's all just hodgepodge in the woods. I like it on just that level of uniqueness. However, it's very easy to get lost throughout your day.
Yeah.
I know we've gotten used to it after quite a few visits, and you just get used to the certain landmarks, and that kind of guides you through your day. And there's a certain amount of fun in that, in the fact that you feel like you're exploring almost, and then as you start your day, and then as the day goes on, you feel like you've accomplished something, or you've conquered this land, so to speak. Because there becomes landmarks that you can recognize, and then you begin to know where you are. You see the birthday cake pavilion, and you know where you are. And then you see there's that covered bridge, and you know where that is in relation to everything else. And then, I mean, the coasters make it easier to find your way around and to get your bearings. I don't think that the lack of formal layout is a drawback in this particular park, because there's no dead ends really, except for Twister. Twister is the only dead end. You got to double back across that bridge again. Everything else, you can make some kind of flow out of it. It's up to you. You can pretty much walk around any ride you want and anywhere you want. So I like it, but yet I guess technically it's not a great layout from a technical, just what amusement parks are in today. Since the 70s, regional parks all sprang up, and there's a lot of double loops out there since Disneyland, I guess. This is not a very great layout. So it's good and bad. I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth here. Help me out. What do you got?
Yeah, I guess I feel sort of the same way that you do, where I'll recognize areas of the park when I'm in them, but I don't know where those areas are in relation to other areas of the park.
Well,
at least I thought I did, but then I start walking towards where I think something is, and it's not there. It's a totally different area, and
no, what it is you wouldn't know how to get back to that area if you wanted to.
yeah.
But when you stumble across it at some different points during your day,
I'm constantly stumbling across these areas,
and you're like, oh, I know where the Cosmotron. Yeah, this is familiar. The area outside the front of Cosmotron, and I know where this is. And then I know where I am.
Yeah, sure.
And then you take a few more steps, and then you're confused again.
Right. Yeah.
I do like it, but I like it because it is mysterious and I can adventure.
Yeah, you get immersed in the place.
But I guess when we really are, I don't know. I mean, we make the rules. We're talking layout, but we never said it had to be. Well, layout is always because if it's a double loop or if it's a hub and spoke like Disneyland, otherwise it has to be rated poorly. We never said that. So I like this one actually. This is one hodgepodge design that maybe the only one like this that works. Maybe Kennywood is the only other one that. But I think Knoebels works better than Kennywood.
Kennywood is a little annoying actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say Kennywood annoys me more, but Knoebels does not. I really enjoy it. I don't have a problem.
Yeah.
So I want to jack this up. I want to say 3 or 4 myself.
4.
Because.
You want to say 3 then?
Because I can.
Or 3.5?
How many pieces of gravel?
How many pieces of gravel do you want to give this?
Go say 4?
The full 4? What the hell, sure.
Yeah. I want to give this 4 rocks. 4 rocks of gravel stones.
All right, so what do you think about theme then? It's got a free park theme going.
Well, there is no formal theme to the park. I don't think you can really say traditional campground or traditional grove is a theme because it actually is what it is.
Yeah.
However, because so many years have passed, it almost has become a theme in itself.
It's an interesting way to look at it.
It's almost like it's like the park becoming a caricature of itself. But I say that in a positive light in this case. Usually when you say that about an individual, an actor or something, it's usually a negative statement.
Yeah.
But in this case, I think it's a positive thing for an amusement park. And that almost becomes their theme.
Okay.
Which I like. Of course, there are individual ride themes. Not many, but there is the haunted house / mansion, depending on where you're reading and who you ask. There is Black Diamond, and each of those have a great cohesive running theme throughout them. But those are individual attractions, and that's not really what we're talking about when we're talking theme and reviewing an entire park. So, I don't know. What do you got?
Well, now that you mentioned the campground thing and that they just keep doing the campground thing, it's something they embrace and that they try to preserve. I didn't think about that angle of it. So in that sense, they do a damn good job.
Yeah, I don't know that it's something that they're trying to do. In fact, I don't think they are. They're not trying to do it as a theme.
Well, no.
I do think they are trying.
It's just their style.
Yeah, they are trying to.
It's just their natural tendency.
Right. I agree. I just don't think they know any other way to do it.
Yeah.
But it's great. And it works because you need links to the past, I think. It's great.
So this is really weird. I mean, the way we're talking, I want to give it like a 5 even.
Oh.
Because it does have its own identity in that sense. But if you're talking traditional theme, like you would find at Disneyland or Six Flags or something, then this would get a 1. So I'm not sure where to place this.
Traditional modern theme.
Sure, traditional modern.
The tradition that started in 55 or so.
Yeah.
Right. This
is a real dilemma here.
I don't know if it's a dilemma. I just really like Knoebels. I'm finding a positive spin on everything, I think, is what it is.
Yeah.
Because I want to.
Say 3, just cut the whole thing in half.
No, I don't want to do that. Let's say 4 again. Sure.
Say 4?
Oh, yeah. This is a 4-star park. All the way.
Okay, so how many? So we're giving this 4 camp shelters?
We're giving it 4 camp shelters. Even though they have... it got to be over a dozen there.
Oh, they got a lot of them.
Maybe more than that. Although I don't know that they have as many as Waldemere. If you remember,
I remember.
Waldemere is the king of camp shelter parks. And they are all in one spot, all lined up in the front of the park. It's crazy.
Yeah, that was endless. That train ride where we took, when we saw even more that we couldn't see.
Yeah, and all the train does is just circle the camp shelters, pretty much.
Yeah.
There is that one-way trip it takes on the side of the park, too, along the road. But the bulk of the train ride is just doing a huge lap around the camp shelters. It's amazing how many. And they were almost all taken up. We were there, it was June sometime, right? Early June, but yeah, almost all of them had something written on the board in front that someone was occupying it.
Yeah.
Either that day or the next. It's crazy.
All right, so we got food now. Now this is a big area for Knoebels.
So, we have to mention the Golden Ticket Awards.
Knoebels has won the Golden Ticket for best food every year since the awards inception, 1998, until 2012, when it lost to Dollywood. In 2013, they tied with Dollywood.
Our personal experience with the food at Knoebels has not been that great. So I know we have both agreed that we never really truly understood why Knoebels was winning best food every year. It's never really made sense, to us at least. Now, this last visit that we just did, this past Labor Day weekend, we finally, I think, kind of got a hold of where this idea of Knoebels having the best food came from. And I know I personally, I was kind of disappointed to find that they're finally not winning, or I guess they didn't win one year, now they tied again the most recent awards with Dollywood, because now I kind of understand it. And what to me, what it comes down to is the fact that they just have the most eclectic variety of food that I've ever encountered in any amusement park. It's almost a you name it, they have it type of situation. They really have just about everything. They have almost any kind of savory food that you would like, but they also have a whole slew of desserts, the whole gambit of all dessert items as well. It's pretty amazing. And the way it lays out, there is food all around the park, but there's a particular kind of core area, sort of in the woodsier part of the park, where there's a lot of food all in one kind of condensed spot, and it's really pretty amazing when you're there, and you're just going around, and it is very intoxicating to be surrounded by all that food and all those options.
Intoxicating.
So I think it's the level of options, and having sampled more than we ever had before this recent trip, most of it is pretty darn good.
It's hit or miss.
Okay.
Either it's very good or not good.
It is good food, and it like I think we already kind of set up like the layout and like the theme. it's almost its own identity that they've set up. This idea that we're just going to have so many options, and it's going to be so insane. It's going to blow your mind when you're hungry, and then you end up eating when you're not even hungry in this park because there's just so many more things that you want to try. So I guess to go back a bit, in the past we had just dined at the full-service restaurant, the Alamo. I like to refer to it as the Alamo Draft House. Not so cleverly so, I suppose. It's really a terrible joke, but I did it the entire day every time we passed it. Andrew can attest to that.
Yeah, he did.
And that is pretty much just kind of a, I don't even know if it was okay. Was it an okay or a subpar diner? Basically,
I
maybe
remember
an okay
being,
diner.
Okay at best diner.
Yeah,
it wasn't great.
So see, we knew that this golden ticket thing was going around, and we were trying to figure it out. And so that was what we did. We said, all right, well, I guess the full service restaurant, we just assumed that must be the core of all the food. That must be what's winning the awards here. And so that's what we did. And then when it was not very good, we just never understood it for years. And I think, again, this last swing, we really made it a point that we were going to sample a lot of the food. We were going to check every available option and really figure this out, once and for all.
Yeah,
we're going to do this, and we did, and I think it turned out pretty well.
Yeah, well, we didn't taste every single food item that they had there, but yeah, we did make it a point to.
That wouldn't be possible.
But we tried a lot of things. We tried the gator bites, which were very good.
Tastes like chicken.
They really do. Even the texture is like very soft chicken.
Yeah, they were tender.
Yeah,
very tender.
No, you wouldn't be able to. If you closed your eyes, you wouldn't know that was something other than chicken. The only way you'd be able to tell is if you looked at the meat, because it had sort of a pinkish hue and it had a different grain to it than chicken does. But other than that, you wouldn't be able to tell.
It had a very good breading too.
Yeah, the seasoning on it was good, and I like the sauce that it came with, spicy Cajun sauce.
Yeah, that was good.
The even though my Mexican meal that I got, I didn't think was very good, the meat in the burrito was excellent, and it looked like it was pork, so it was probably similar to the pulled pork sandwich that they serve at several locations in the park. Of course, it's not going to be seasoned the same way, but the meat was very tender, and it was juicy. It wasn't dried out, so that was very good.
I had the Bavarian ham sandwich, which I thought was very good. I've always liked the pretzel roll, the idea of the pretzel roll, which is a fad going on now. With chains across the nation, they're all getting either their hot dog or their hamburger or whatever it might be in a pretzel bun. It's going off. It's like wildfire right now. So that Bavarian ham sandwich was very very tasty at Knoebels, and I also tried. What did I try?
The noodles and cabbage.
Oh yes, I tried one of the Polish selections. It was what is it called? Haluski.
Yeah,
the Polish haluski, which was interesting. Wasn't my favorite, but
yeah. It's noodles, cabbage, and onions, I believe, is what.
Yeah, with some seasoning. There was like some pepper and maybe a little vinegary flavor going on there, but a blender dish. But I not that I've ever had it before. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to try it, was because I hadn't had it before. But I feel that that's just what that dish is. I think it is just kind of a blender side dish. But I don't know. Maybe it's not.
No,
maybe it could be better if I got it in a Polish restaurant. I don't know.
I've made that dish.
Oh, you have?
Sans onions. But I have made noodles and cabbage, and I found Knoebels' version to be bland.
Okay. So then maybe it was just them. But it was fine.
No, it was perfectly edible.
Everything is very fresh, too, that they have.
Pretty much, yeah.
You don't get a frozen feel.
No.
Nothing feels like a frozen meal. They're just putting it in the microwave in the back. Everything is fresh one way or the other.
Yeah.
Maybe not everything is the best recipe, but it's all fresh. I got to give him that too.
It feels that way. Yeah.
And then we did dessert. We did the what was it? The Coronado versus
No, it was Antonio versus the...
Cesaro.
Yeah, that's what it was.
No, it's not Antonio Cesaro. No, that was my joke.
It was the Antonio versus the deep fried brownie.
Which I think had a name too, but I don't know what it was.
It might have. I don't remember.
The deep fried brownie was very good. It's very good. I don't know so much more you can really say about it. As far as fried foods go, one of the better ones. Not my favorite, but I'm a big brownie guy. But I'd rather just have a really good fudge brownie. But it's a fun twist on a brownie. Taking the brownie batter into balls and frying them, gets a nice crispy crust on the outside, and then it's real soft, almost molten center on the inside. It's very good, and they did it well.
Yeah.
Then
I like that one.
The other thing wasn't excellent, really.
So it was a deep fried dough with cinnamon sugar on it that was in the shape of a cup, and they filled it with ice cream and vanilla ice cream and whipped cream, and they put a cherry on it.
A ton of whipped cream.
Yeah, and then you could get your choice of caramel or chocolate sauce, or and I forget the third one. We went with caramel, and the shell was good, but the ice cream was not very good. It was not a good brand. It was that non-melting ice cream that I don't understand why anybody uses that stuff. Who else uses that? Fridays
all the chain
Chili's.
All the chain restaurants use that.
Yeah, and it just it sits there and it just doesn't melt. It's unbelievable. I don't know who came up with that stuff, and it doesn't really taste very good, and not good ice cream. And that dish was a lot of ice cream, so it was a big part of it, and that didn't work. So it's a shame because the shell was good and tasty.
Yeah. But not the best either. The Taco Bell cinnamon twists,
but
we were saying when we were there,
yeah.
are actually better than what that shell was.
Yeah. So between the two, the deep fried brownie for us wins that battle,
hands down.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a little cute thing they were doing. It just on the menu board they have the deep fried brownie versus that cinnamon
Antonio
tortilla ice cream sundae dish. And you're supposed to, I guess, get them both and see what you like better. So we did it. We bit.
Yeah.
We took the challenge, and the fried brownie won, in our opinion.
So you really like this food now, or we both really like this food now.
Well, yeah.
Especially for theme park food. This was very good.
Yeah, I love the selection. That they have all this crazy shit. And the reasonable price of all of it.
That was incredible. My dish that I got a burrito platter with the drink only came to, I think it was $7.50. Unbelievable. At Six Flags, a pretzel is what? $6.50?
It's at least $5.
That's still...
5 or 6. It's 5 or 6.
Yeah. So the burrito platter by itself was like $5 or something, or $5.50. So it's such a great value.
Yeah, the pricing is great. But that by itself wouldn't make the food. If the food sucked, it would suck. But it doesn't suck, though. That's the thing.
But it's just, I can't get over that pricing.
Well, yeah, the pricing was excellent. The other element is drinks that we didn't talk about. I love the fact that they have birch beer everywhere.
Yeah, great tasting birch beer.
I'm personally a bit of a birch beer fan, and I love that Knoebels, they have the birch beer everywhere. Specifically the white birch beer. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that. So I like that they have that. And then there's those Big Ben's sodas.
Yeah, those are excellent.
We should talk about that. Apparently this is it's Big... that's the name on the label, Big Ben. Apparently it's brewed in Katowice, if that's how you say it. If anyone from Katowice or however you say it is listening, they can they can let us know how you really say it. But it's a town or two over from where Knoebels is, and they brew it there. Again, that's at least what the label says. That's where it's from, and they have the white birch, they have a blue birch, a red cream, and sarsaparilla, and then a regular root beer.
Yeah, and a lime soda, I think.
Oh, they also had some kind of lime soda too.
Yeah,
Looked like a Mountain Dew thing. I stayed away from that because I don't. If it reminds me of Mountain Dew, then I don't think it's going to be good. And they sell those in the main gift shop, kind of close to the main entrance to the park. If there is one main entrance,
yeah,
that you can kind of identify. I think there is kind of one that you can kind of see it, maybe not, but that main gift shop anyway is where they have these sodas. And then I know they also have something that you really like, Andrew. You could let everyone know.
Yeah, they sell Moxie there, which is an old timey soda.
Moxie.
And yeah, that's where the expression, or not the that's where the word Moxie in pop culture comes from. Because if you drank the soda, then you have a lot of moxie, you have a lot of nerve, a lot of balls.
Yeah, you gotta be ballsy to drink that soda, because it's not very good.
No, it's it tastes delicious at first when it's in your mouth.
No, but delicious is the word.
I I actually really like the flavor of it.
I think it's drinkable at first. It's doesn't turn you off right away.
If you've never had it, it tastes sort of like a cinnamon soda, maybe a little bit of hint of root beer in it. I think it tastes delicious until you swallow it, or until you leave it in your mouth too long, because then a bitterness takes over, and then it tastes like total horseshit. It's awful in the end. So I don't know why they kept it that way. It's baffling to me, because if they had somehow found a way to remove that bitterness, I think you'd see that soda everywhere. It'd be a delicious soda. But whatever, they kept it, and
well, it's Moxie. It's what it is.
It is what it is. So there might be some Moxie fans still left out there. They still make it. Somebody's buying it. I guess it's me.
Yeah. Every time you go to Knoebels, you get one. Or
it's really frustrating because I do like the taste of it, but it's just it tastes so bitter.
You got to spit it out.
The
That's
aftertaste.
The thing. You got to. It's like a mouth rinse.
But even then, after you spit it out, it's the residual. It turns your whole mouth.
It's
bitter.
The aftertaste,
and it's it's disgusting.
It's the aftertaste, is what it is.
But I love getting it just for the gag. I got to do it.
No, the best was the second to last time we were there, and when you actually brought it up to the register, and the guy working the register actually warned you about it. He's like, "You know what this is?"
Yeah, he asked me.
No, really, do you know what this is? Because this is Moxie. This is what you want?
Yeah.
You sure you want to buy this?
He tried to discourage me from buying.
He actually did. He actually did. And I guess because they must have had a lot of people buying it, and then they take a sip, expecting a refreshing beverage, and then probably just spit it all over the floor, and then they realize, and they probably complain and try to return it, and they probably have to process a return, or just let them take another one, I guess, or whatever they do. But it's just probably a hassle for them.
Yeah.
And so they just got into the habit, I guess, of warning people, unsuspecting Moxie buyers. You know what this is? It's just shit in a can. It's just bottled ass sweat. You don't want this. And then you confidently say, "Yeah, I know. I got Moxie. And that's why I buy this."
What else is there to say about
So what does this all mean? Oh, we have to talk about the horsecock condiment dispensers.
Oh, yeah, those things. Those are really weird. I don't know why I've never seen those anywhere else.
That's a Knoebels original.
Yeah. That's just strange, those things. Because you have to tug on a giant horsecock if you want some ketchup.
You gotta. I don't under. Yeah. So every condiment, the ketchup, mustard, vinegar, and a relish is the fourth one because I think every
was there relish? I don't remember that one.
Every one of the food stands that had this, there was always the four, like in a row or.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they just hang these giant. I don't know how large were those, 2-gallon or something, a gallon at least in size. I'm just trying to think of it.
It was probably a 2-gallon.
So it was like a 2-gallon plastic container of that condiment, and it's hung what would look like kind of upside down because you had like the head at the bottom, and it just came to a giant. What kind of looks like a horse cock. That's what.
Did.
Actually, my first impression was it was an udder. It looked like you had to milk a cow to get your ketchup out, something like that. And but of course, it deteriorated into a horse cock, like everything will.
Well,
and
they're asking for it with those things.
Yeah, so you gotta tug at this giant thing, and it's like what 3-4 inches thick. That's why
it's really thick.
Yeah, you gotta pull it down and squeeze to get your ketchup or your mustard, and it jizzes out on your hot dog. And you thought your hot dog looked like a penis, but now you got something else.
Well, your hot dog looks
Jizzing
like
on
a human penis, maybe, but this is a big boy. This is like a porn star penis or something.
I speak for yourself. I'm packing, all right?
All right, sorry.
And I remember I asked you when we were there, do you really think this is the most efficient way to have condiments dispensed? And you asked, of course, immediately just deadpan. No way.
No, I mean, because there's nothing wrong with having a ketchup bottle or a pump ketchup.
Usually it's like the
thing.
pump dispenser. Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that.
It
works perfectly fine.
Yes, I don't understand where they came up with this. Who's selling these? Who's supplying them with these things, or what? Never seen them anywhere else. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah,
it's good for a laugh.
Oh, another thing we should mention is the garbage tables. That was another weird thing.
Yes,
they have these tables where there's a garbage pail in the middle of this round table. So you can just slide your garbage to the center of the table and it'll go into down a chute into the can.
Wait, I got a great idea. It's the table is the garbage can. It's brilliant.
What were you saying?
And of course, you have to ask who's more to blame? Who's the bigger idiot? The guy who came up with that idea, or the guy who said yes?
Right.
So all the stench of all the hot garbage throughout the day is just wafting up, and you're eating right there. It's great. Great idea, Dick. Dick Knoebel.
The garbage shouldn't be part of the table. The garbage can should be separated.
Obviously. Thank you.
Do I need to say that?
Yeah, thank you for stating that. Well, you gotta say it to Dick Knoebel.
Dick, you listening? Get rid of those garbage can tables, all right? Those are just fucking stupid.
It's like, someone could throw like a dirty diaper or something from their kid in there. I would just do that just to serve them right. Like, well, you put the garbage can here.
So you would shit in a diaper and then throw it in there?
I would shit in a diaper just myself. I'm going to wear Depends to the park next time. Shit in it and then remove it in public and put it into the table garbage can. Just to make my point of what a stupid idea that is.
Oh, boy.
But really, I mean, it sounds like I'm almost angry about it, but I'm not. Honestly, I just thought it was hilarious, and I don't know if anyone else could have ever possibly bought those. I don't know why you'd even sell those. What a bad idea.
Well, maybe it's Knoebels built those himself, like those condiment dispensers. Maybe he built those himself too.
Then they got some weird ideas going on in the Knoebels labs.
All right, so what do you want to give food? 5?
Yeah, I think it's but yeah.
Okay then.
Yeah, no, I think so. It is a great food park. It really is.
Sure.
You know, I mean, there's still room for improvement. Not the best food. And wouldn't you know it, I finally have an appreciation now for why this was winning the golden ticket all these years, and now it's not winning it. Or tying at best.
Yeah, Dollywood is giving them a run for their money.
Just, you know, of course, why not? I finally understand it more, and now it's not winning so much. But be that as it may, I still don't think it should have been winning at all.
Yeah.
It is very good. I understand why it is winning, but I still don't personally agree. I think there's a couple parks that come to mind that we'll save for future discussions that I think are the best food in the amusement industry, and I don't think Knoebels is the best. I don't think it should be winning a golden anything for it. But it is very good, and it does deserve high marks, and I will definitely give it the 5. 5 gator bites, 5 gator balls. That's what they're missing. They don't have any testicles.
They don't.
They need to have some testicles to go along with the cock dispensers, and then, you know, it'll all come together. Cocks and balls. All right, we're going to go back to the... Actually, I'm going to take a peek here. That concludes part 1. Be sure to come again for part 2 of the Knoebels Review.